We've got some breaking news as Leon Rose has signed another player to the New York Knicks roster. This time it is wing defender Chuma Okeke, who spent the prior 4 years with the Orlando Magic. We've got a scouting report coming up on Okeke, and we're going to tell you why the New York Knicks made this move. But first, subscribe to the channel. We put out free, informative, entertaining updates every single day on the New York Knicks, and when they make a move, we make a video. And August is here, which means it's a new month for a new subscriber battle amongst the NBA channels. If you hate the Celtics and you hate the Sixers and you love the Knicks, smash that sub button. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by on today's show. Let's talk about Chuma Okeke, the 16th pick in the 2019 NBA draft out of Auburn. He played the last 4 seasons with the Orlando Magic, totaling 189 games played in his NBA career, with 55 games started. So he has played a good amount in the association before, and in those 189 games, he's averaging 6.3 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, 0.9 steals per game, just over 38% from the field, and just under 32% from downtown on about 20.3 minutes per game. Okeke is not a gifted offensive player. He can cut to the basket. He's an athletic guy. He comes in at about 6'6", 6'7", 230 pounds, and still just 25 years old. But he is already someone that is going to make an impact on defense for the New York Knicks if he does end up making this team. When I saw this move, I was like, the New York Knicks, Leon Rose, Tom Thibodeau, they just want to add all of the wing defenders that they can. They brought back OG Anunoby. They went out and made a trade for Mikal Bridges. They added Keita Bates-Diop in that deal as well. And Okeke, coming out of college, was known as one of the better wing defenders. And if you go watch his highlight tape, you're going to see him challenge shots at the rim, come from the weak side, and the defensive IQ is always on display as he has about a 7-foot wingspan. You look at his career stats as he spent 4 seasons with Orlando. He actually has been in the NBA for 5 seasons. He just didn't play at all in his rookie year due to injuries. And then he got his career started in 2020, 2021, where he played 45 games, averaged 7.8 points per night. Not the most efficient scorer, only shooting above 37.6% one time in his NBA career. Can't really shoot the 3 ball as well. This is a guy that's going to bring you some versatility, some defense, and some athleticism to their roster. Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype was the one who broke the news of Okeke putting pen to paper to join the New York Knicks, but he did not say or release any of the contract details, which may still be being worked out at this current juncture. I will say this. If it is a guaranteed contract for Okeke, that means the New York Knicks have a full roster. They have 15 players at this moment, 14 players that we know that are on guaranteed deals, while Okeke would be the 15th if his is guaranteed. I'm not sure what the contract would be, but I'm almost positive it's a 1-year deal for either the veteran minimum or he's on an Exhibit 10 deal. We'll talk more about that around the corner. But give me your one-word reaction to the Okeke signing down in the comments section. You guys are always nice, colorful, and creative, and you make me laugh. So give me your one-word reaction to Okeke joining the squad. I got a couple different ones. Defense, length, versatility, Pascal Siakam, because remember when the Knicks, they couldn't guard Pascal Siakam after OG Anunoby got hurt, and now it's like, we just want all the wing defenders. That way we never run into that problem again. But the thing that I thought of first was a trade, and maybe it's not of Okeke being involved in that trade. Maybe they do sign him to that taxpayer mid-level exception. I don't think that would happen, but maybe he could be a human trade exception. I'll go defense, length, and a potential trade. We'll talk more around the corner. I got some thoughts and maybe an idea of what might happen. But first, check out our proud sponsor, GameTime, the #1 ticketing app in the market. And when you use promo code ChatSports, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. I have used all of the ticketing apps out there. Now I only use GameTime because it's the best. You get the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. Prices drop as the events get closer. So if you're kind of a procrastinator like I am and you don't want to spend the money till you have to or till you have it, you can do that and still get a really good deal with GameTime. The app is going to let you know when prices are dropping, and it's the best time to buy the tickets. They call that a flash deal. That's what I love about GameTime. One, you're going to save $20 off your first purchase when you use that promo code ChatSports, but the app is going to do everything that it can to help you save a couple of bucks. Get hooked up today. Go to your app store, download the GameTime app, create an account, and use the promo code ChatSports. That's ChatSports. I'll make sure all that information is clickable down in the comments. $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. The New York Knicks do have 2 open two-way contracts, so maybe Okeke could be on a two-way deal. I don't think that's really all that likely, as he's already been in the NBA for 4 years, and this will be his 5th year in the NBA. If I had to bet, this could be an Exhibit 10 deal, which is essentially a training camp invite to the New York Knicks, which would be non-guaranteed money. If I had to say, as I continue to try to check my timeline to see if there's been any update on this, as there is not, I would assume it's either a 1-year deal for the veteran minimum, about $3 million, or it's an Exhibit 10 deal. You're pretty much a way to say a 10-day contract, or a non-guaranteed training camp invite. The Knicks do have still their taxpayer mid-level exception, which can start in the first year at $5.2 million. They were able to use the bird rights on Precious Achiuwa. That way they still have that. And maybe the New York Knicks say, you know what? Our roster's full. We already got 14 players. We don't want to actually pay anybody $5.2 million to be in our rotation. There's nobody deserving in free agency of that contract. Maybe they think that. And maybe they just give Chuma Okeke that 1-year, $5.2 million deal, and they just use him as a human trade exception to where you could trade his $5.2 million for somebody making less than $5.2 million. Maybe you put Chuma Okeke at 5.2 with Precious Achiuwa at 6, and then you have $11.2 million and 2 players going out that you could trade for 1 player coming back in if you were to add a pick or 2. We know Leon Rose, Worldwide West, Gerson Rosas, Brock Aller, everyone that makes decisions for the New York Knicks front office, they are extremely forward-thinking. They are extremely calculated. They go through every single different situation, and they try to find different creative ways to add talent. Maybe they do that here with Chuma Okeke. You get a full look now, though, of the New York Knicks roster heading into the 2024 season, as they do have 14 players on guaranteed deals and potentially 15 with Chuma Okeke. You got Jalen Brunson as your starting point guard. We know that's going to happen. Mikal Bridges is your 2 guard. OG Anunoby at the 3. Julius Randle at the 4 with Mitchell Robinson at the 5. Off the bench, coming in playing the point guard spot to relieve Jalen Brunson, you're going to have Tyler Kolek and Cam Payne kind of duking it out to see who's going to be that first point guard off the bench. And then behind Mikal Bridges, you'll have Dante DiVincenzo, who was a starter for you last year, exceeded everybody's expectations, averaged almost 18 points per game as a starter, and now he's going to be in the running for 6th man of the year, as well as Miles McBride, a.k.a. Deuce, behind him. The Knicks are pretty deep in the backcourt now with Bridges, Brunson, Kolek, Payne, DiVincenzo, and McBride. That's 6 players that I actually trust to play some big-time minutes for this team. You got OG Anunoby at the 3 with Julius Randle at the 4. Those people being backed are the people backing him up. Josh Hart, Pacome Dadier, Keita Bates-Diop, and Chuma Okeke, with Mitchell Robinson starting at Precious Achiuwa and Jericho Sims at the center spot. The Knicks are deep at guard, but they're also deep at the wing spot now. They have multiple people that they can throw at different type of offensively skilled players. You know, Anunoby and Bridges are 2 of the best in the business at guarding the best scoring threat on the other team. Josh Hart could do a good job. Keita Bates-Diop's calling card in this league is defense, as well as Chuma Okeke. And we saw Pacome Dadier also flash a little defensive juice as well in the Summer League. I still don't think the New York Knicks are done, though, to be honest with you. Whether that means they're going to go out and sign someone for that taxpayer mid-level exception, whether that means they have another trade up their sleeve or an extension for Julius Randle, I still think there are more moves to be made by Leon Rose and this team. There is a reason that the New York Knicks wanted there to be no trade clause in Precious Achiuwa's deal, because he waived his rights. Because if you're a bird's right player, which means a team can go over the salary cap to sign you, if you are re-signed on a one-year deal, that player has the option to essentially say, I do not want to be traded. Precious said, I'll waive that. Salary went up a little bit, and now the Knicks have a $6 million trade exception, as well as a good player in Precious to potentially move him down the line. I would keep your eye on that. There's a reason the New York Knicks worked that into Achiuwa's deal. My question, though, to end today's show is this. The odds makers out west have set the New York Knicks win total at 51.5 for this season. Over, under. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm going with the over. This team won 50 games last year. Randle played less than 40. Anunoby missed time here. Robinson missed half the season. And you're hopefully going to be a little bit more healthy. You added talent and Bridges. I like the draft picks that you made, like Kolek, who I think will help. I like the additions of Campaign. I think the New York Knicks are going to be really damn good. And my prediction is they are going to win the Eastern Conference. Maybe not be the first seed in the East. I don't really care what their seed is in the East. Just be healthy, be rested, and be ready to rock and roll when the playoffs get here and go beat the Boston Celtics and win the NBA Eastern Conference for the first time in a long, long time. Make sure you are following me over on social media. That's the first spot you would have heard about Chuma Okeke signing with the New York Knicks. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_. And let's go Knicks.